Hello everybody and welcome to Station 2. This is titled Early Colonial Discovery. At this station we're going to be talking about when the first Europeans started to come over to America. Now, some key words that we're going to discuss in this section are Northwest Passage, Charter, Mayflower Compact, Jamestown, John Smith, Pocahontas, and Constitutional Democracy. Alright, let's get started. Now, first we need to reach way back and remember the original reasons that Europeans figure out that we have a continent over here. So it might seem stupid to you now, but they weren't always sure exactly what was over here. Now, a little bit before these guys, there was some people who had said that there is a land in the west, west of Europe, that there was a large continent. So once they began to understand how big the continent was, they thought that maybe there would be a shortcut to the place they already knew, which was Asia. Okay, so what they were trying to do here is they were trying to discover a Northwest Passage. The Northwest Passage is an imaginary waterway that runs from the Atlantic up here, down the Hudson River, and all the way through the United States, all the way to the other side, to Asia. Now, this Northwest Passage does not exist, but the fact that people had to go out and try to find it is still very important. Now, the reason why the searches for the Northwest Passage are significant is because what it does is it opens up for more people to come over here. So, all these guys, John Ross, Henry Hudson, John Davis, Humphrey Gilbert, and Martin Frobisher, these people, they all came over here looking for this Northwest Passage that doesn't exist. But as they were sailing around, they started to realize that there are some very excellent resources here that could be utilized to make money. So even though the Northwest Passage was a failure, it's still important that they looked for it anyway, because it began the process of European settlement. Okay, so let's say somebody in Europe wanted to start a settlement. Now I know that this copy isn't very good, but in order to start a settlement, we have to start what is called a charter. Okay, so a settler needs a charter from the king in order to start a colony. Basically, a charter is a piece of paper that says that you can start your own town in America and that you're in charge and that whatever rules you want to make are totally up to you, unless the king has something different to say about them. So a charter is a pretty awesome piece of paper because a charter gives you full authority over whatever place you find in the New World. Now, the first settlement that we're going to talk about is Jamestown. Jamestown, this is a little model of Jamestown. The fort actually was built in this triangle way, and there was quite the settlement. But Jamestown wasn't always as successful as we like to think it was. At first, when the population of Jamestown showed up, it plummeted, or it fell significantly. The population fell so much because nobody really knew how to work the land of Virginia, and so a lot of people died of starvation and disease. Okay, so the population in Jamestown plummeted a lot at first because people died of starvation and disease. Okay, so but then John Smith and Pocahontas, all those types of people, they showed up. John Smith made it a very good colony that made a lot of money for the king, and then and also Native Americans like Pocahontas assisted the settlers in getting off the ground so that they could do better. Alright, now after Jamestown, about 12 years after Jamestown, there was this is John Smith and Pocahontas. After about 12 years after Jamestown, the Mayflower showed up. The Mayflower was the group of pilgrims who came over from England, okay, who were escaping religious persecution. Or in other words, people were discriminating against them because of their religion, so they felt like they had to come over to America to get away from that. Now, this is a little play on words with pictures. This is the Mayflower Compact. The Mayflower Compact is actually a piece of government paper that they wrote on the boat on the way over to the New World. Now, this Mayflower Compact is just a loose list of rules that say, hey, don't steal stuff, don't kill people. It lays out who's in charge. It lays out some basic ground rules that everybody's going to live by. Now, the Mayflower Compact may just be a scrap piece of paper that they wrote on a boat, okay? But the Mayflower Compact is important for a couple reasons in early America. First reason why it's important in early America is because it sets up a system of self-government, and it also leads the way to our constitutional democracy in the future. So self-government and constitutional democracy. Now, what is constitutional democracy? Constitutional democracy is a government in which people vote for the leader and they are dictated by a list of rules known as a constitution, as seen here. So the Mayflower Compact is important in early America because it sets us up for self-government, and it also allows for a constitutional democracy. Now, make sure you go to the description on the video and make sure that you watch the interesting little video that comes after this. Thank you very much. Have a good day.